Thanks again.
Honey, is someone calling you? Right over there.
Oh my God.
One of my favorite movies growing up was the Frank Oz directed What About Bob? Yes, that Frank Oz. Starring Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss, who of course haven't made the news lately over their actions off the screen or anything like that.
I did something I thought was funny, and it wasn't taken that way.
Are you serious? No.
The company, the movie studio, wanted to do the right thing, so they wanted to check it all out, investigate it, and so they stopped the production.
So Bill Murray literally got an entire movie canceled because of his actions, and Richard Dreyfuss got canceled for sharing his opinion on this bright, beautiful world we live in. But what if I told you there was a movie where they got under each other's skin and because of this made the film better? The story idea for What About Bob originally came from a manuscript by Alvin Sargent. Sargent, a renowned screenwriter known for his work for films like Ordinary People, and also what some people call the greatest superhero movie ever made, Spider-Man 2.
Whoa! He stole that guy's pizza!
The manuscript was then developed into a screenplay by Tom Schulman, who previously won an Academy Award for Dead Poets Society.
Leave, Mr. Keating. I said leave, Mr. Keating.
So there was so much potential already with the writing, but to make anything come to life, you need the right actors. And at first, it was neither Dreyfuss or Murray attached to the project. At first, the late, great Robin Williams was attached to play the patient, Bob Wiley, but due to him already filming Fisher King, which ironically was another movie about mental health, he had to back out. And can I just pause to take a minute to say that I miss Robin Williams? And can you believe it's been 10 years this August he's been gone? Man, we will never see anyone like him again.
Didn't you ever do that with your crazy comedy antics? Yes. Didn't you go a little too far and regret it?
Moi?
Yeah!
I've had deaf people go, don't do that again.
It would have been another movie entirely with Williams in the lead role as Bob Wiley, but in a different world, in a different universe, I would have loved to have seen that version of the film. Woody Allen was brought in to perhaps direct and star in the movie as Dr. Leo Marvin, but because he liked to work on his own material, he declined. Star Trek's Patrick Stewart was also considered for the role before it went to Dreyfuss, and directing ended up going to Frank Oz, who proved he can do more than just direct puppet movies when he did Dirty, Rotten Scoundrels before What About Bob. Now that we have everything to get started, it's easy going from here, right? Wrong.
Bill just got drunk at dinner. He was an Irish drunken bully, is what he was. He came back from dinner. He walked in and I said, read this, I think it's really funny. And he put his face next to me, nose to nose, and he screamed at the top of his lungs, everyone hates you.
Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss immediately didn't get along. In fact, Bill Murray didn't really get along with anyone. Dreyfuss called Murray a drunken Irish bully, and Murray lived up to it by allegedly snatching off producer Laura Ziskin's sunglasses and throwing them for not giving him an extra day off. This was also acknowledged by Richard Dreyfuss's son, saying that his dad tried to stand up for the producer, and Murray apparently threw an ashtray at him. Murray even screamed into Dreyfuss's ear that no one likes him. Now, the behavior from Murray must have been a huge headache for everyone. But it certainly makes the movie better as Murray and Dreyfuss play wonderful off each other. Dreyfuss's character starts out overconfident and full of himself and ends up being crazier than Bob.
Gimme. I need. Gimme. Please.
All right.
Are you saying you'd rather work mornings?
Dreyfuss is absolutely amazing when he goes nuts, and you can tell he is feeding off Murray. This isn't the first time Dreyfuss fed off negative energy on the set to bring out a memorable performance. Tell me, have you ever seen the movie Jaws?
Don't have to take this abuse much longer.
So I would say, look at you, Dreyfuss. You eat and you drink and you're fat and you're sloppy. Your age, it's criminal. Why, you couldn't even do 10 good push-ups.
When you're competitive with someone who's 3 times your size and who is already given one of the greatest Shakespearean performances in the world, it wasn't hard for Robert to get my number.
Robert would basically humiliate Richard into taking a chance.
The movie also co-stars...
That's Harriet, and then Ronnie, Gretchen, and Rita.
No, that's Julie Haggerty, of course from the Airplane movies, but more recently took over the role of Ralphie's mother in the surprisingly good sequel to A Christmas Story.
Ralphie is back.
Ralphie?
Now he's a bigger kid with an even bigger wish.
Holy jeez.
A Christmas Story 2, the official sequel.
No, not that one. My God, what are you even thinking? I'm talking about the more recently released one on Max. Jesus. And also starring the children, including Mighty Ducks 2 Lady and Hook Boy.
This is for never letting me blow bubbles in my chocolate milk.
Music was scored by Miles Goodman, whose music complements Bob's mischief and playful nature. The music is a unique blend of classical and goofy and plays off the comedy perfectly. Speaking of Bob's mischief, is he the bad guy in the movie? I mean, he is the one who doesn't understand boundaries and pretty much destroys a normal man's life. And if he is the bad guy, is this Murray's only role where he's the villain?
Do me a favor, will you? You mind washing off that perfume before you come back to our table?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot he plays one of the best bad guys ever in a movie, Big Ernie McCracken. And he destroys another guy's life too. But to be honest with you, I can't really think of any other movies where Bill Murray is the villain. An asshole in a lot of the movies, yes, but not the villain.
The key to the comedy in What About Bob is the contrast between Dreyfuss, who is so neat and fussy and tidy and organized, and he has every whisker so perfectly trimmed on his perfect little beard, and Bill Murray is a human unmade bed. They get laughs almost simply by appearing on the screen together, and Julie Haggerty is a good foil as the doctor's sweet and sympathetic wife. The best news about the movie, I think, is that it shows Bill Murray fully back in comic form. This is his best work since Ghostbusters.
What About Bob went on to positive reviews and was a financial success for Touchstone, making $63 million on its $39 million budget. Legendary film critics Siskel and Ebert were split on the movie, as they were so many times.
Well, I liked Bill Murray in the picture, but I thought Richard Dreyfuss was way, way over the top, even in that last scene there, where he just starts at such a high pitch and getting angry that he leaves himself no place to go in the development of his character. It would have been much more interesting if the guy had been played a really sharp psychiatrist who starts to be controlled and tries to manipulate Bill Murray and gets, blows it maybe at the very end.
That's what happens in the movie.
I couldn't disagree with Siskel more. I felt Dreyfuss was just as good as Murray in the movie. He's calm even when Bob shows up at the house at first, but like I said previously in the video, I think the on-set problems with Murray really pushed his anger to another level. I also love the use of practical effects when the lake house explodes at the end. They used a model that was 3/4 the size of the actual house, and it looks amazing. I can't help to think today it would have just been another CGI explosion that's clearly not the real home. Looking back at What About Bob, the actors had this to say. Bill Murray, in an interview with Entertainment Weekly in 1993, said, "It's entertaining. Everybody knows somebody like that Bob guy. Richard Dreyfuss and I didn't get along on the movie, but it worked for the movie. I mean, I drove him nuts, and he encouraged me to drive him nuts." Dreyfuss, looking back at the movie, had this to say. "How about it? Funny movie? Terribly unpleasant experience. We didn't get along, me and Bill Murray. But I've got to give it to him. I don't like him, but he makes me laugh even now." If you like this video, please think about subscribing for more. And as always, thank you for watching.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Hello, Dr. Marvin. The house looks good.
Burn in hell, Dr. Marvin.